For more than a decade, Perrette's portrayal of Abby Sciuto stood at the very heart of NCIS. With her signature Gothic style, unmatched forensic brilliance, and infectious optimism, Abby became one of television's most beloved characters. Fans tuned in every week not only for the investigations led by Leroy Jethro Gibbs and his team, but also for Abby's unforgettable moments inside the NCIS forensic lab. As one of the original stars, Perrette helped define the series' identity from its earliest days. Abby wasn't simply the team's forensic scientist. She was the emotional center, the character who could brighten even the darkest investigation with compassion, humor, and unwavering loyalty. But what happens when a long-running television series realizes one of its most iconic stars may eventually leave? This creative fan feature explores the fascinating idea that NCIS may have quietly begun preparing for life after Abby long before her final episode aired. While this is an imaginative retrospective rather than a factual behind-the-scenes account, it examines how the series evolved, how its storytelling shifted, and why the franchise proved capable of surviving one of its biggest departures. From the moment Abby first appeared, audiences knew she was different. Unlike the typical television forensic expert, Abby combined scientific brilliance with an unforgettable personality. She loved loud music, wore black clothing covered in studs and crosses, drank caf-pow with unmatched enthusiasm, and treated everyone at NCIS like family. Her friendship with Gibbs became legendary. Their hugs at the end of difficult cases became one of the show's defining traditions, symbolizing trust, respect, and unconditional support. Over the years, Abby solved hundreds of impossible mysteries, helped rescue kidnapped victims, exposed dangerous criminals, and supported every member of the major case response team. She wasn't simply another procedural character, she was the soul of NCIS. Every successful television drama eventually reaches the same crossroads. Actors pursue new opportunities, characters evolve, contracts expire, creative priorities change. When a series lasts more than 20 seasons, change becomes inevitable. The biggest challenge isn't preventing change, it's preparing for it. From a storytelling perspective, successful shows constantly develop new characters, expand supporting roles, and create fresh dynamics that can carry the series into future seasons. Whether this planning happens years in advance or gradually over time, adaptation is part of every long-running television franchise. Looking back across later seasons, viewers can see how NCIS slowly broadened its focus. Instead of centering every emotional storyline on one character, the writers invested more deeply in multiple members of the team. The forensic department became less isolated. Medical examinations gained additional attention. Cyber investigations expanded. Field agents received increasingly personal storylines. This creative perspective suggests that the show's world was becoming larger than any single character. That expansion may have helped ensure that the departure of even a fan favorite wouldn't bring the series to a halt. One of NCIS's greatest strengths has always been its ensemble cast. While Gibbs often served as the leader, every member contributed something unique. Tony brought humor. McGee represented growth. Ziva balanced strength and vulnerability. Ducky provided wisdom. Palmer evolved from comic relief into an essential medical examiner. Director Vance became an increasingly important authority figure. Casey Hines eventually introduced a fresh energy to the forensic lab, while respecting the legacy Abby left behind. Rather than replacing one character outright, the series gradually redistributed responsibilities across multiple personalities. That approach allowed the show to feel familiar while embracing change. When Abby eventually left NCIS, emotions ran high among viewers. Fans had spent years watching her solve cases, comfort teammates, and celebrate victories. Her farewell reminded audiences that even television institutions cannot remain unchanged forever. Yet the episode also emphasized hope. Abby left with her compassion intact. Her legacy remained part of the agency she loved. Instead of ending in tragedy, her story concluded with optimism. That emotional balance reflected one of NCIS's greatest storytelling strengths. Television history is filled with series that struggled after losing major stars. Some never recovered. Others discovered entirely new identities. NCIS belonged to the second category. The writers continued introducing fresh investigators, new leadership styles, and different investigative techniques while preserving the franchise's central values: teamwork, loyalty, justice, and family. Those themes remained constant even as individual faces changed. Even today, Abby Sciuto remains one of the most recognizable characters in television crime drama history. Her influence can still be felt throughout the NCIS universe. Fans continue revisiting classic episodes, celebrating memorable moments, and remembering the warmth she brought to every investigation. Whether discussing her scientific genius, her friendships, or her unforgettable personality, Abby's place in television history is secure. No successor was ever meant to erase her legacy. Instead, every new chapter of NCIS built upon the foundation she helped create. The idea that NCIS knew it was losing Pauley Perrette before it happened makes for an intriguing creative discussion. Long-running television series often prepare for change by strengthening ensemble storytelling, expanding supporting characters, and evolving their narrative focus over time. Whether viewers watched from the beginning or joined years later, Abby Sciuto remains an unforgettable part of the franchise's history. Her departure marked the end of one era, but not the end of NCIS itself. Instead, the series demonstrated something few television dramas accomplish: the ability to honor its past while continuing to evolve for a new generation of viewers. That balance between legacy and reinvention is one of the reasons NCIS has remained a television powerhouse for decades, and why Abby Sciuto's impact continues to be celebrated long after her final appearance.